You know that feeling, right? You're learning something new, maybe a language, an instrument, or just a really tough subject, and bam, you hit a wall. It just feels like you can't get any further. Well, what if I told you that wall, it's not even real? Today, we're going to talk about how to smash right through it.
How many times have you heard someone say, or heck, maybe you've said it yourself, "Oh, I'm just not a math person," or "I'm awful with names," or "There's no way I could ever learn to code." It's this super common idea that we're just born with a certain amount of talent for things, and that's that.
But here's the thing, that feeling, it's not really about a lack of talent. It's what we could call a mindset trap. And the core idea here is simple, but honestly, it's a total game changer. If you change how you think about learning, you will absolutely change your results.
So let's dig into this. What exactly is this mindset trap that holds so many of us back? Well, it all boils down to a belief many of us have about what intelligence even is.
A lot of us grow up with this idea, maybe without even realizing it, that you're either smart or you're not. You've either got it or you don't. And that belief, it can quietly sabotage your effort, your confidence, your curiosity. I mean, why would you even bother trying something hard if you secretly believe you just aren't built for it? And this brings us to these two huge, opposing ideas that are right at the heart of our learning journey: the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. Just understanding the difference between them is a massive first step.
Okay, so on one side you've got the fixed mindset. This is the belief that your skills are basically set in stone. On the other side, you've got the growth mindset, which is the belief that you can absolutely increase your abilities with effort. One sees a dead end, and the other sees a wide open road.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good pep talk. This is backed by hard science. Neuroscience has shown that our brains have this amazing quality called plasticity. When we struggle with something and push through, our brains literally form new and stronger connections. Learning actually rewires your brain. It's not fixed, it grows with use, just like a muscle.
So, this leads us to the simplest but maybe the most powerful tool for making that shift. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not a math person," just add one little word at the end. Yet. I'm not a math person, yet. That single word changes everything. It creates possibility. It tells your brain the struggle is just a point in time, not a life sentence.
So what happens when you start thinking this way? Your whole outlook shifts. Failure isn't an endpoint anymore. It's an opportunity to figure out what works. Challenges aren't something to run from. They're actually welcome, because that's where the growth happens. And when you see someone else succeed, it doesn't make you feel bad, it inspires you.
But, and this is a big but, having the right mindset is only half the battle. You can believe in yourself all day long, but if your methods are broken, you're still just going to spin your wheels. This is where we have to learn to work smarter, not just harder. Think about how you typically study. Be honest. Do you just read the textbook over and over again? Do you grab a highlighter and make the whole page glow? These are what we call passive study habits. They feel productive, but they don't do much for your long-term memory because you're not actually making your brain do any heavy lifting. So what's the solution? It's a powerful technique called active recall. Instead of just passively looking at the information, you are actively trying to pull it out of your own memory. You're forcing your brain to do the work. It's the mental equivalent of lifting a weight instead of just watching someone else do it. Okay, so that sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? Let's get practical. Here's a whole toolkit of ways you can master active recall, starting like right now.
First up, for reading. Ditch the passive rereading and use the SQ3R method. Survey and question get your brain ready for what's coming. Then, reading becomes a hunt for answers. Reciting forces you to translate it into your own words, and reviewing from memory is the final step that really locks it in. It turns reading into a workout for your brain.
Here's another great one, the brain dump. After you study something, put your notes away, grab a blank sheet of paper, and just write down everything you can possibly remember. Then draw lines connecting the ideas. The key here, the really crucial part, is doing it all from memory. This forces you to not only recall the info, but also to organize it.
And of course, there are classic flashcards. Simple? Yeah, but so effective. But the real magic isn't in making the cards. It's in the struggle of trying to remember what's on the other side. And when you get one wrong, don't just peek, put it back in the pile. Really focus on pulling those tougher concepts from your brain. Be honest with yourself.
And the toolkit is deep. You can do practice tests that force you to write out answers, not just pick one from a list. Get creative. Try to make an infographic from memory. Team up with a study group and try to teach the concepts to each other.
I mean, if you can explain it simply, you really know it. And for making it stick long-term, look into spaced repetition to review stuff right before you forget it.
Okay, so let's zoom out and bring this all together. This isn't just about one little trick. It's about a complete transformation of your whole approach to learning, combining how you think with what you actually do.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to two things, the two keys to unlocking your potential. First, the mindset. You have to truly believe your intelligence can grow. And second, the method. You have to use active strategies like recall to actually build those strong connections in your brain.
So that leaves us with one last question for you. That thing you always thought you could never do, that subject you told yourself you just weren't smart enough for, what is it? And more importantly, what will you dare to learn now that you know the only thing stopping you was your approach?